Hello everyone, my name is Michaela, Cinematic Stitches here on YouTube, and welcome to my channel all about cross stitch. We talk about quilting sometimes too, but it's mostly cross stitch. And it's going to be entirely cross stitch today, which is exciting. I've been feeling so good about the stuff I've been doing this month. Before we begin, I hope you all have had a wonderful day. I hope you have your favorite hot drink beside you and that you're stitching on something now while you watch me. But yeah, January is almost done. Thank God. I hear there are some people out there who like January. I don't know what's wrong with you. Unless your birthday is in January, I can kind of get it. But no. It's not a month for me, especially in Vancouver. It is bleak. It is dark. It's wet. It's so wet. I went snowshoeing a couple days ago, and the snow was so slippery. It was ridiculous because it was actively raining on the mountain. We have barely any snow. Like, the mountains barely have anything. And you can snowshoe, but yeah, it's like every step you're taking, you're kind of sliding a bit because it's just so moist from all the rain. But it was still, I still had a good time. But, kind of missing the sun at this point in time. But hey, the worst month's almost over. Then we're on to February. And February is all the more bearable because, one, it's a shorter month. And two, it's my birthday month. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, before we start talking about the stitching, I just wanted to thank you all. A couple weeks ago, I hit 1,000 subscribers. That is amazing. I am actually so excited about that. I thought I would be lucky to get like 100 followers at one point. And when I saw more and more people were subscribing to my videos, I'm like, okay, well, if I could get to like 1,000 by my first anniversary, that would be pretty sick. And you made that happen. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, anyone who subscribed after finding my most recent whip parade. Hello, I hope you are enjoying these regular videos. And yeah, just thank you so much to everyone who is here watching, engaging, and enjoying what I'm putting out. It really means a lot to me. I started this just because I don't have a lot of people I know personally who cross stitch. Certainly no one who cross stitches the way I do. Like, I do know people who cross stitch occasionally, but they don't have the, they haven't been bitten by that bug in the same way I have, So it's nice to be able to join in a community that's as welcoming as this one and just talk about something I love. So that's been really cool. And thank you so much. Let's get started on showing off some stitching. I'm going to put a quick cut here because I left my window open and the cars are loud. Okay, I'm back. I gotta finish. I'm so excited I have a finish because I have a number of finishes I've signed myself up to doing this year. I was talking about my 2024 plans in my previous video, but basically I'm going to do a 24 for 24, but it's going to be split in the middle. So I want to do 12 finishes of projects from before 2024 and 12 new starts in 2024. There's some wiggle room there, but if you want to learn more, check out my previous video. But I have one finish already. Feels good to have one finish. So now I only have to do 11 more finishes. So the finish I got was, of course, the 2023 Holiday Countdown. This was a collaboration between Modern Folk Embroidery, Evertote, and Roxy Floss Co. And oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Check that out. I'm so happy with it. Oh, it's beautiful. I'll bring it a little closer so y'all can see. Da, 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 da. I love the birds. I love the heart. So many elements. So many elements to love. Look at the deer. Those are cute. There's a kitty. I'm saying it's a kitty. It looks like a kitty to me. Really enjoyed doing the squirrels. I loved everything about this pattern. I'm 100% buying the Christmas kit again next year because, oh, holy moly, it was so much fun. And this is beautiful. And it's finished. And I'm excited to frame it. and get it up on my wall. Not now, but next Christmas. I have like very limited wall space, so I'm really gonna like, I shouldn't say thankfully. At this point, I don't have a ton of framed cross stitch, but at the end of this year, I will. And I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna display these things, because it's tight. Space is tight. Let's just say that. But anyway, absolutely beautiful. Oh, I never said what this was stitched on, but this all came as a kit. So this is a 32 count. I think it's like turtle dove is what the fabric was. It was linen dyed by the folks at Evertote, and then Roxy Floss Co. Floss, all just gorgeous. And Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery designed the project. I love it. It's the best. Okay, so that's a finish. So let's talk about my whips. I am stoked on the amount of progress I've gotten on some of these projects. I had a bit of a theme this month, which was Jumpstart January. So my goal was to jumpstart my goal was to jumpstart my goals on some of my bigger projects this year that I wanted to finish. And you will be seeing most of them. You'll be seeing most of them. Well, most of them. I'll talk about it as I go through, but you will be seeing a chunk of progress of some of the projects I want to finish by the end of the year. Let's just leave it there. So my first whip was actually a new start at the top of this year, and that was the Stitch for Pride Sal by D's 20 Stitches. And I just love how this turned out. This is not gorgeous? So every month there's going to be a new pattern released. I'm doing this as a spot sampler, so I'm going to put this all on the same piece of fabric. So this month's artist was Keith Haring, and you can just see how lovely that is. So this was stitched on a 32 count Eris from Mystic Fabrics. That was a fabric of the month from 2023, I think like August or something. And the thread is called Pom Poms from what am I trying to say? Pom Poms from Roxy Floss Co. That was an exclusive floss for that holiday countdown stitch along that I just finished. And I think my plan is to dig into that stash and use mostly those threads for this project, pardon me. There are obviously like recommended threads. There were very limited thread packs that you could purchase. And for those who didn't get them, they can obviously raid their own stash or use DMC equivalents. But I thought this was just so lovely, this color, that I had to use it. Yeah, it is beautiful, right, baby? He knows. So cute. Love it. Okie doke. So that is, that's sort of like a semi-finish. It's a finish for January. I can't wait for the next artist or the next section of the piece to be unveiled, which is just coming up in a few days, actually. So that's cool. Okay, so the next whip I have to show you is my first Whip Go call of 2023. Whip Go is like bingo for your whips. It's from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. If someone doesn't know what Whip Go is, it's just a system for easily picking whips for you to work on. You make a bingo board. There's 2 numbers called every month. You work on those projects associated with those numbers. It's a great system. I love it. Anyway, I had the chopping maul. So previously the chopping maul looked like this. I am determined to finish this year. This is one of my big projects I'm looking to finish. So it fit in perfectly with the theme of Jumpstart January. Did I game my Whip Go numbers in order to meet this theme? Yes, I did. But it's my board, baby. I can do what I want. Anyway, here it is now. So that's the whole piece. I focused mostly, well, no, actually I focused entirely on the roof. I will bring you in closer so you can see. I've started doing one of the roof characters, which is fun. Okay, sorry, I'm just folding it down so you can actually get a better view of what happened up here. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I have filled all this in, added this section up here, carried the word over, started doing this, and of course adding the Babadook and these like little, I don't know, are these like flying books? Oh, it must be, because Babadook's a storybook creature, right? Totally. That's what they are. They're books. I'm trying to remember what the Babadook's about. Seen it once, years ago. I know it's about trauma, but other than that, this guy comes out of a book, kind of. Anyway, so he's almost done. I just need to do his face. His face is white. I think there's like a little skull here too, but it's looking pretty good. I'm actually really stoked on the amount of progress I got here because I only worked on this for 5 days. So that's pretty good. Obviously, the roof is like mondo. It's pretty big. So it is going to be quite a bit of stitching still. And I still have the like bottom section to work on, although that is like a lot less because I've already completed Pennywise the Clown. I think that's like Annabelle the doll there. And then there's going to be like a couple more characters on this side of the piece, but we're getting there. We're getting there. This is my second oldest whip, so it's going to be so amazing to finish it. Oh, did I say who it was by? It's the chopping maul from the Witchy Stitcher, pardon me. But I have it on a 14 count, hand-dyed Ada, just stitching it with DMC. And I am loving it. Let's get you nice and close so you can see all the cat hair in the project. Yeah. Nice. I'm stoked on it. One whip go call down. Okay. Oh, hi, honey. He's come to visit. Do you want to say hi to the camera? He might run if I try and grab him. Come here. Oh, here he is. He's so excitable. Yeah, look at you. Okay, go be cute somewhere. Okay, so next piece I worked on was another Witchy Stitcher piece called We're Made for Each Other. So this is on my Whip Go board, but that's not why I worked on it. I started this actually last January for my husband and I's dating anniversary, and that's why I worked on it again. So basically I try and work on it on important dates in our relationship, or like love dates. So I'll be bringing it out again for Valentine's Day. Oh, here's where I was. Look at that. Here I am now. It's looking good. The bride is almost done. Like well, okay, that's a lie. Her hair is friggin' huge, but other than the hair, she's almost there. Like, look at her face. Oh my God. She's beautiful. It's done on a 14 count Huntress from Picture This Plus, just with DMC thread. And oh my God, she looks so pretty. Because of the number of projects I have, this one technically is probably up for a finish this year as well, which I actually think is possible because this has stitched together pretty quickly. I really think I've only worked on this project for like a grand total of, let me just say like 30 days, which overall I feel like is not all that much time, especially considering my days. Like, those are days where I wasn't necessarily like working really hard on it. 30 days sounds like a lot now. But whatever, it's fine. I don't think it was 30 actually. So, because I had it on my Whip Go board 3 times last year, 5 days each, and then I maybe worked on it like 6 other days. Okay, let's say 20 days. I worked on this 20 days last year. Pretty good progress for that. And then like I think I only worked on it 2 days this month, but so cute. I worked on her while we watched Little Shop of Horrors, which is the first, like that was what we saw on our first date. We went to go see the play in North Vancouver. I think it was in North Van. There was a production of Little Shop of Horrors, and we were like, hell yeah, let's go watch that. The powers of Ellen Menken and Howard Ashman combined, amazing. So anyway, fun stuff. Next whip. Okay, this one is also set to be finished this year. This is gonna be a lot of work, but as I've said every time I pulled her out, I love working on her. She is beautiful. She is just big. She's raw big. So I'm speaking, of course, of Dark Queen of the Earth from Autumn Lane Stitchery, which was a 2022 to 2023 sal. This ended in August of 2023, I think, was the final month. Yep. And here's where I was at. I really didn't get very far. I think I finished a grand total of like, damn, did I even finish 3 parts? Like, I finished most of 3 parts and started working on a 4th part. So not a lot out of 12 entirely. But the bottom is like where the most, well, there's this big ring around her too. I'm debating if I want to do that. But the bottom of the project is where the majority of the stitching is, as you can see. So that's what I had. This is what I have now. So I have, oh my God, I'm just gonna drop it. All right, let's hold it like this. So I have finished this bottom section. Hi, Husker. I finished this bottom section. Oh, please get off my, sorry, he's sitting on some new fabric that I'm gonna show you. It hasn't even been used yet. Okay, cat's gone. Yeah, so there we go. We can get a proper look. But I finished this part here, which I think is technically part 5 in the release program, the release schedule. But I love doing it. Look at these mushrooms. They're so cute. I finished this. This is some nice like glowing thread. Oh, it's lovely. And I started coming over here too. So I'm already started the next part. I'm on a roll, baby. Again, really enjoy working on this. I bought one of the 2 fabrics created specifically for this project. So this is a 32 count gilded oak from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is lovely. And yeah, I'm happy to have that done. So we're gonna be living in the bottom for a while longer, but she's looking good. I don't know when I'm gonna bring her out next, probably March, because I have, February's a short month and I already have a number of plans, so I don't think she's gonna be touched then, but I'm gonna have to be working on her like monthly, most likely, to get this finished in. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of the Dark Queen. Okay, 2 more whips. Next one is, okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna do this consistently, but on the 25th, I decided to pull out a Christmas project. I don't know if I'm gonna work on a Christmas project every 25th of the year, but we will see. I think it's a good idea if I do, because I have a couple Christmas projects that like getting more progress on would be a good idea. So I pulled out this. Oh, well, okay. There's like a big price tag right across this. 1 second. I pulled out Christmas Mini Moon from Plum Street Samplers. This just like super cute little bunny on a house holding a piece of holly. Very cute. And this is where I was previously, and here I am now. So not a ton of progress, but I did work on the tree a little more. Get a little closer so you can actually see the moon. I'm stitching this on a 32 count compatible from Mystic Fabrics. It is a fabric of the month from October of last year. And yeah, I figure I can finish this year. It really isn't all that big, especially if I like work on it every couple months. I'll probably cycle through my Christmas projects if I do this like work on Christmas on the 25th thing. Like I'll cycle between this and Mistletoe Loitering Society and the Christmas Garden, most likely throughout the year. And then as Christmas approaches next year, try and get a finish on this and Mistletoe Loitering Society. We'll see how that works. But I really like this piece. It's super cute. And yeah, I think I'm like halfway down the tree at this point. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, last whip to show you. I am just going to pull up the pattern so I can show you what this whole thing looks like. Okay, so the next project I worked on was the other new start from this year, which was No Time Like the Present from Modern Folk Embroidery. So that's where I was last time you saw. This is what the project's gonna look like when it's finished. It is really, really big. That's No Time Like the Present. And here I am now. I really like working on this. This is actually Well, I'm lying now. This is my third modern folk embroidery, technically, because I started his Pride Sal from a few years back, and also the Holiday Countdown. But this is like, I would say more a, I've never done one of his yearly sals. I'll just leave it at that. So that's my first yearly sal. I am loving this kind of stitching. Like, just fill it in. It is great. It's been especially good in January, where I just don't have any concentration span for anything, and I just need to like focus on something, and it's hard to focus on things for me. Like TV, it's been very difficult. Reading's been hard. This has been so soothing. So soothing. So I kitted this up through Evertote. This is a 20 count Aida in ivory. I think it's just ivory. And these are Roxy Flosco threads, Falu Red, and Great Lakes. Just love it. And the 20 count Aida is so nice to stitch on. I don't have the same problem I do with 40 count linens, where I get a headache if I work on them for too long, because I'm like, like I can see the holes. It's just like a lot of eye strain. I look at computers all day. My eyes need a break, and I refuse to give them one. I'm like, not look at something? Are you crazy? I love looking at things. So anyway, 20 count Aida is apparently my my sweet spot. But damn, that's looking good. I'm about like, I'm almost halfway across the page. I guess I'm like right there, right before this blue section starts. I love it. I love it so much. So I'm slowly I don't know if I'm gonna finish this by the end of the year. I really like working on it. I've just been working on it a couple days, picking it up here or there, and just, oh, it feels so nice. Okay, cool. That is that. Let's talk about some haul. I got some haul. Not a lot. I just like literally picked up the package from my, like the office in our building this morning that I'll show you, because it's got some pretty things in there. Let's show you those fabrics. Okay, so the first one here is a 36 count panettone. Again, this is all from Evertote. I got a 1/8 of a yard, but 36 count, did a nice project on that. I love panettone. I love panettone, the cake. And well, I guess it's a sweet bread. It's not really a cake, but anyway, I love the dessert form, and I like the fabric form. This is like such a beautiful neutral. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is what I'm stitching, I think it's called September's Revenge on. Oh, it's a good fabric. Anyway, I wanted another piece, so I bought it. Because I saw it was there, and I was like, hell yeah, panettone, let's get it. Okay, next up is a new one that they just added. I think it's, oh my, I'm trying to read this. Cash It In. 32 count Cash It In, it's quarter yard. I am going to put a Mirabilia on this. I've been dying to start Nightingale. I bought the pattern in the summer, and I have asked my husband to kit it up for me for my birthday. So if all of those materials arrive in time, I'm gonna start. I think that's gonna be my birthday start. I have another birthday start in mind. I'll start them both because one of them is really tiny. And I wanted to start this Mirabilia later this year anyway, like for Mira May. And then I kept being like, why am I waiting to May, like for May, to start something I'm like really thirsting for, you know? So I'm probably gonna start Nightingale in February on this green fabric. It's stitched on a green fabric. And I saw this and I'm like, you know what, that would really work. Initially I was sort of like, do I really want to put like a blue and white fancy lady on a green fabric? I'm gonna grab Nightingale so you actually know what I'm talking about. So this is Nightingale. She's stunning, and she's on this green. Initially I was like, I don't know if I like that, like a green, but I'm thinking she's a nurse, like it's supposed to be, it's a tribute to Florence Nightingale. See her little cross there. And I'm like, you know what, green is the color of healing. At least it is in video games. And you know what? I do think it's going to look really nice. So I'm going to do a floss toss on this just to be sure before I start. But I think it's pretty comparable to what the model piece is stitched on. And it's a beautiful fabric. So that's the plan for this fabric. I bought one other fabric as well, which I thought was just too beautiful. I've been like on a blue kick. Like part of the reason I want to start Nightingale is to get into all those blues. Well, I guess there's a lot of like creams as well, but oh, look at all these blues. She's so pretty. I've been grabbing blue fabric. I bought more blue fabric. I love blue fabric. It's, this is a 14 count Aida called Mystical. And oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Like, whoa, look at that. I don't know what I'm going to put on this, but it was too gorgeous to pass up. And then, of course, so I bought this all with the Evertote Shop update. They put out some new project bags. I do need some new project bags because I have a lot of projects that are sharing bags, and I like to try and keep them all separated. I couldn't pass this up. Oh, look. Owls. Owls and moons. Beautiful yellow zipper. I'm gonna unzip it right now. See the inside fabric? Lovely. And got a little notions pouch and a thread bed. So cute, am I right? I was like, how could I say no? And this is gonna be great. I still haven't bought a ticket. I'm still planning on going to the Superb Owl event that Lindy Stitches is putting on. And if I go, I'm gonna show off this bag. So cute, right? Gotta do it. Okay, that's my haul. I'm gonna talk plans really quick, then I'm gonna go on to what I am watching, reading, and playing. It's gonna be a pretty short section, I think, because I have not been doing too much. But plans. Okay, so for the rest of this month, I'm actually gonna be working on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. That is my final Jumpstart January plan, because I want to finish the entire top row of Hawk Run Hollow at the end of this year. I have very ambitious goals this year. We're gonna see if I hit even a fraction of them, but I'm gonna try. So I would like that top row done. I'm gonna work on it until the end of the month. And then when February hits, I'm gonna work on the next Stitch for Pride release until that's done. And then I'm gonna move into my February WIPGO calls. So February, the two projects that were called were Autumn Cloche, which I'm really excited to work on because I just have like this little piddly start on it. It's like one of the little flowers. So it's going to be good to get a little more progress on that. And the second call is for There's Always Room by Maximum Cross Stitch, which actually works out perfectly because There's Always Room was my birthday start last year. So it's going to be really good to be able to get 5 days progress on that. I don't know if that project is going to be a finish for this year. I think there's still too much to go, but I love working on it. It's super cute, and I'm going to work on it at least a couple times this year for sure. Sampler September, definitely. I was going to work on it near my birthday anyway, but now it's been called, so I'm going to work on it a little longer just to meet the goal for it. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Those are my plans for the next little bit. I think the next time I film a Flosstube will actually be on my birthday weekend. That's like 3 weeks from now. So I'll talk to you more then about the other plans for February. Okay, and that is it for plans. So if you were just here for the cross stitch, I'm going to be talking about a couple other things. You are now free to leave. If this is your first time here and you enjoyed what you saw, give my channel a subscribe. Give this video a like. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all again in 3 more weeks. Okay, let's talk about some of the other stuff I've been doing. Okay, so what have I been watching? As I've mentioned, I've had a very difficult time getting on board with anything at all in January. My brain just does not want to concentrate on anything. But what it did like was the new season of True Detective. I watched the first 2 episodes of that last Sunday, and I'm like hooked. I cannot wait for the 3rd episode. I have not watched any other season of True Detective. I think I watched part of the 1st episode of the very first season like years ago, and for whatever reason, I did not continue. I've heard it's amazing. I know I would like it because I love this type of crime show, but for whatever reason, I never stuck with it at the time. Jumped forward to season 4. It's got Jodie Foster. It's taking place in Atlanta. It is not taking place in Atlanta. It's taking place in Alaska. It takes place in Alaska during the period of, I guess the days of night, essentially. So the sun sets and it is dark for several days. I don't know how long, but it's quite a stretch, I believe. And a bunch of men in a research facility go missing. And it is giving me The Thing vibes. The Thing is one of my favorite movies. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, John Carpenter's The Thing from the 80s. It's incredible. This season of True Detective is really giving me like The Thing vibes. It's got like a supernatural current running through it. I don't know what they're going to do with that, if they're going to try and come up with some sort of like logical explanation for all the really weird stuff that's happening, or if they're going to be like, I guess some things are just crazy. But I am really enjoying it so far. The story has its hooks in me, let's just say that. So I'm going to be watching that continually, I think, until it is done. I will not stop. I will finish the series. I'm making that promise to myself right now. I've also been watching a bunch of movies because, like, that's kind of the best thing right now for my brain rather than television for some reason. Just like an encapsulated story. But I watched Bottoms last week, I think. And oh my God, that movie is hilarious. It's raunchy for sure. So if you don't want that type of comedy, I would avoid it. But it is super funny. It is an absurd film. Like, truly, it's incredibly over the top in its comedy and like really ridiculous on purpose. It's a satire of high school dramas, basically. Not dramas, like high school comedies. It is a satirical take on those. And it's about two girls who form a fight club in the hopes of maybe forming a relationship with some of the other girls there. They're just trying to get with girls, and they do it by starting a self-defense club that's basically just a fight club. Like I said, it's very strange. It's really funny. For me, I don't know if everyone is gonna like it, but I would recommend checking it out because I had a great time watching it, especially in January when I find it hard to have a good time out there. I needed a laugh. Bottoms provided me with several laughs. So definitely check that out. Okay, what have I been reading? I have been reading some things. I actually finished 2 books. Oh my God. I finished Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldree. I was reading this last time. I don't think I had finished it. And if I had, I'm going to cut this out. But I really, really enjoyed this book. I liked the first in the series as well, Legends and Lattes. This is actually a prequel to that. And I actually think I enjoyed it more. I think he's gotten, like, I think he's a better writer now. Like, you know, he's improved. Let's just say that. Legends and Lattes is like so cute and cozy. Bookshops and Bonedust still has that like cozy vibe, but it's got a little more action in it. So it's a story of when Viv the orc is just starting her adventure times, basically. She's a mercenary, but she gets injured at the beginning of the book and is forced to go to this like super quiet seaside town where she has nothing to do but heal, and she's obviously very annoyed at that because she's a young go-getter. She just wants to be out there destroying a necromancer that is like terrorizing the local area. But instead she makes friends with a bookshop owner and they turn the bookshop around. There are books. There are book recommendations from a mouse creature. There is a half owl, half pug-like creature running around. There's lots of tasty treats described in the novel. There's also some epic battles. So I really, really enjoyed it. If you like fantasy, I think this book is probably up your alley. Like, it's not a hard fantasy by any means. It's just like a fantasy setting. So if you're cool with reading about orcs, reading books and swinging swords, check this out. I also finished another book, and that was Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is an extremely popular series, so I thought, let's give it a shot and pick it up. It kind of jumped ahead in my queue because I had it on hold from the library for like ages, and it finally came up. And I'm like, okay, let's see what everyone's talking about. Let's just say that this is not a book for me. I finished it. I did not like it. I'm really just going to leave it at that. I know there are a lot of fans of this book, and I'm happy that they enjoyed it, but it's just not my thing. It's really not my thing. For those who don't know what it's about, it's basically a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Feyre, like just a normal human huntress girl, accidentally kills a fairy on one of her hunts and gets pulled into the realm of the High Fae because she breaks this treaty they have, essentially, and she has to live in the court of the High Lord of the Spring Court. She has to live on his property, basically, because she killed one of his men. And his whole household is cursed. They're forced to, like, wear these masks, basically. There's a lot more to the story. There's a lot going on in this fairy realm. It was fine. I enjoyed the last third of the book more than I enjoyed the first 2/3, I'll say that. But I've heard some people say that it gets better. Like, if you didn't like the first book, you might like it by book 3. I got a lot of books I want to read. I'm not gonna keep wading into the series. I give it a shot, I'm gonna put it down. And that's what I've been reading. And what else? Oh, playing games. I've been playing a few games. I finished The Bed We Made that I talked about last video. So it was nice to actually finish a game, because usually I just pick them up and put them down. I play them for a while, and then I rarely actually finish a game. But I managed to finish that one. It was nice and short. And I started playing a game called Risk of Rain 2 with my friends, which I don't know if I fully enjoy, but we had a pretty good time playing it. It's just not fully my type of game. It's like a roguelite. You're blasted down onto a planet, and like there's a bunch of waves basically of enemies that you have to get through until you make it to the very end. And like there's a timer going up, and the game just gets harder and harder the longer you survive. Yeah, so basically you're just shooting a bunch of stuff, collecting upgrades, and trying to make yourself as powerful as possible for the next set of waves. It's a lot of fun with friends, I'll say that. I don't think this is a game. I mean, I don't think this is a game I'd play myself. I don't really think this is meant to be a game you play by yourself. This is like for sure a multiplayer game. But yeah, so I checked that out if you are looking for some sort of shooty multiplayer thingy. Not like a Call of Duty shooter, but like it's different than that. I don't know how to describe it. But Risk of Rain 2 might be a thing for you. And that is everything I've been up to. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this. I hope you are all having a wonderful weekend. I think I'm going to be posting this on Sunday. And yeah, hope you're all having a lovely January, and that you have a great February coming up here. And I will talk to you all later. Okay, bye-bye.